Hey guys, it's Artie. Welcome back to Cozy Room.
Womb, girl.
Womb, girl. Hi, it's me, Anya, and welcome back to Cozy Room Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to Cozy Womb Podcast. My name is Shan. I am the mama of the girls, and this is a podcast about parenting and how we can be better at it and raise good humans. This is season 18, episode 9. How can I keep my kids safe? How can you keep your kids safe? Let's talk about it. Welcome to a gadget/internet world, okay? These kids are out here and they are not at a playground, okay? And if they are at a playground, they're probably having adult discussions at the playground with other kids. And kids have phones that most adults cannot afford. And kids have access to laptops and tablets and game systems that hook up to the internet so they can play with someone in India while they're in California. Like, it's crazy out here. So how do we keep these kids safe? It's so annoying that parents really can't be everywhere at once and watch over their kids. But it's crazy that there are creeps out here who will sit on their computer, who will sit on their phones, who will sit on their TV screens and have whole conversations all day with other kids. Not adults their age, not romantic interest their age, kids, okay? There are men and women who are purposely preying on our kids in our homes, in the backseat of our car while we take them to soccer practice. And these kids are developing mental, emotional relationships with someone they haven't seen, met, or touched in real life, right? And there are more creeps on the internet who have access to our kids better than we do. We can't even see them. So let's talk about it, because I, for one, am about it. And I'm trying to figure out a way to be preventative as a parent. Hey guys, I hope that you're enjoying the show. This is Cozy Womb Podcast. And I just want to let you know that there is show merch. Where? Cozy Womb Shop with Teespring. And don't forget to check out the podcast books on lulu.com. Now back to the show. Thank you for tuning in to this one woman show, one woman podcast. My name is Shan, and I am the mom of the girls. And if you would like to know more about me and these podcasts, check out shanbpoddin.com and my TikTok. It's thought time. As parents, we never stop thinking about our kids if we are good parents. Whether it's, did they eat? Are they doing what they need to do? Are they giving the teacher a hard time? Are they on the bus? Are they at home? Did they lock the door? Did they feed their sister? Did they walk the dog? Did they do their homework? Like they told me they did their homework. Are they lying? Can I trust that they are at their friend's house when they tell me that they're friends? Like, on top of those things, you have cyberbullying, you have online predators, you have phishers, people who dig through your children for info, people who will put the tip corner window of your house on Google Maps to figure out your address. And then they have a relationship through text with your child and find out their real name and find out their real last name and find out where their parents work. And like all this stuff that our kids are not mentally ready for, probably, that they're just, out there with. Identity theft for, the cute shirt link, clicking the wrong link and you have spam everywhere in your house on the cameras. Someone in Asia is watching you run across your living room butt naked. Like, there's so much that our kids are not ready for when it comes to this internet stuff, that if you are not taking the proper precautions, if you are not busting in the room to see what history is on your child's computer, if you cannot figure out a way to monitor what links they're clicking on, let's not give them that iPad. Let's not get them the latest iPhone. Let's not give them the laptop with the maximum speed and not care what time at night that they're sitting up on the laptop instead of sleeping. Like, we either have to be on top of it or say, I'm throwing my child outside to the world. Because when you give your child a very adult device without boundaries, without understanding that your child's personality is ready for this risk, that's basically what we're doing. So let's be on top of it. Before we get into the meat of this episode, let's do 2 table topic questions for me. All right. So, what purchase made you the happiest for the longest time? Ooh. What purchase made me the happiest for the longest time? Years ago, when I was in a relationship with ex number 3, he found some shoes that I've been looking for years, and they were in a rare store that's not found in every state. And he told me about them, and he picked them up and he shipped them to me, and I sent them the money, and I tried them on, and I was bummed because they did not fit. So I had to ship them back and then call the New York store and order that one. So I bought the shoe twice because I had the money in limbo for the one that was returning, and I had the money in limbo for the one I spent for the one that I hope fit, and I got it and it fit. Then fast forward, I got pregnant a second time, and you know, when you're pregnant, your feet swell, and I couldn't fit the shoe for months. Then after I got had Ari, I've tried to put my foot in the shoe, and it squeezes the side of my foot. So I still have them, I still love them, but I don't really wear them like that. But I will say that is my favorite shoe. It's my favorite shoe. All right. Next question. How soon after a relationship ends do you get rid of mementos? Me, because I'm very in touch with my anger and emotions as a Gemini, I get rid of it immediately. I have thrown away keepsake boxes and containers full of just years of memories with people. I have thrown away journals. I have thrown away textbooks. I have given Salvation Army purses that were purchased by exes of mine. I have thrown away boxers that I loved sleeping in. I do not keep a lot of keepsakes around. My last relationship, when a picture of him and his son pops up on my Google Photos, I don't get like bad vibes from him because he wasn't a bad person. He just was a man that was not ready for a relationship that could have been really prospering for the both of us. So I don't I heard you delete it, but I just swipe left so I don't have to see it. I haven't really held on to any keepsakes close to my heart from old relationships because I really haven't had a relationship in a very long time that I really have faith in. So when they end, it's kind of like, I wasn't even 100% in that mentally and emotionally anyway, so it didn't hit me that hard. And that could be a good and a bad thing because it's kind of like, damn, Chantal, like, why would you have a relationship if you know you're not going to be 100% in? And it's kind of like I get into these relationships with people because I want to try. I want to give myself a chance to develop that again because I did have it at one time. But at the same time, a part of me is like, that'll never happen. So I don't really keep keepsakes. I don't hold on to like, ooh, this was the time we went to the movies and saw this movie in a lot of my relationship anymore because these people today, they don't care. They don't care. They'll love on you today and then go cheat on you an hour after they leave. They say things that they don't mean. They make you change your life around, and they're still questioning if they like you or not. And I'm just like, dog, like, just be upfront with me so I can know that you're just a good time. And that's like where I've been for many years when it comes to the idea of relationships, which is what keeps me single every day. Because I just feel like, Chantal, this is a safe side. This is a smart side. This is the side that you can count on. This is the safe place for you and your girls. This is less of a gamble. This is peace. So yeah, I really feel like I gave y'all too much on that one, but a goodie nonetheless. Let's get into the meat of this episode.
Here we go.
Back to the show. All right, so let's get into this episode. You keep your kids safe, with honesty, right? And preparation. Before they turn 13, prepare them for what 13 might bring. Before they get to the next grade, prepare them through the summer for what they might learn or be faced with in the next grade. Before their first puppy love, prepare them for what it feels like to get their heart broken, not be stupid, and to just really enjoy that person on a day-to-day basis. And don't think that this is the person you're going to marry, and don't think that this is the person that's going to always do right by you or make you happy all the time. No, real love is loving a person despite them hurting your feelings, disappointing you, being happy with you, being sad with you, being lost with you, and still choosing that person. And you as a child, sis, sir, are not there yet. And it's okay. This is not supposed to be your one forever. Okay. And I think that's what really messes a lot of young people up when they have their first puppy love, is they believe that is their one forever, and it's not. So just please prepare your young children. Before peer pressure comes around them, allow them to know what that looks like so they can recognize it. We cannot sit back and wait for things to happen for our kids and then patch them in if it's patchable. And sometimes it's not patchable, like teen pregnancy. So just please have the conversation. And for me, I think how we keep our kids safe is not lying to them, not giving them the ingredients to make that's a risky situation worse. Okay. Your children do not need to be on a phone all day. Your children needs, as far as the internet goes, require boundaries. Okay. Websites they cannot, put in, YouTube, videos they cannot watch. Okay. Remind them about being self-aware. Not doing or walking the same way every day, not stopping at the same store every day, looking around. Did you notice this white car here yesterday? Is this white car following you on this other street today? Do you know who's in this white car? Okay. Are they purposely getting close to you? Do you notice the man that keeps bumping into you on purpose every week? Like, all of these things you have to make your child aware of. Like, that is not a coincidence. Okay. That is somebody watching you. Remind your kids of good choices that they're making and choices that they're not making that may not end up in a good situation. Okay. Remind them that there is a place to do something. There is a place not to do something. Explain to them that it is okay for them to say no, and when it's okay for them to say no, especially to authority, especially to people who they think are their quote unquote friends. Okay. If you're feeling uncomfortable, say no. If you're feeling unsafe, say no. If you're around your friend and a friend of a friend and they don't make you feel safe or comfortable, they make you feel like every time y'all go into the store they're about to do something stupid. Like, allowing them to understand what they're going through? Is it anxiety? Are their hands sweating for a reason? Is their head hurting? Do they feel uncomfortable? Do they not want to turn around? Do they not feel comfortable driving with this person? Like, they need to be able to stand up for themselves when we're not around, okay? Allow them to feel comfortable saying no to rude people. Explain to kids that having a buddy is safer than you walking by yourself all the time, okay? Make sure your child knows all of their important information in their head, not on a phone, not on paper, okay? Explain to kids that it is very important that you know my full legal name, but do not disrespectfully call me by my full legal name. Explain to them that they should know their address, the phone number, my work phone number, okay? If you can't reach me, these are the other 3 people you should know to call, okay? These are the other 3 people that are allowed to come pick you up from school. All right. Check in with me when you get to your friend's house. If I can't find you, who is the next person I need to call for you if you're not at school? Check if your child's school has a Keeping Kids Safe, KKS, program. It's basically a program that teaches parents and kids how to prevent sexual abuse from happening and just to be aware of it. Also, you should be aware as a parent as to what is age appropriate sexual behavior, because let me tell you something. These younger kids are doing things that are a lot older, a lot quicker, and I do not approve of it, but you need to educate your child on it and don't assume that it's not happening. Like age appropriate touching, clothing your child should be wearing, visuals that they should be seeing, what is pretend and what is not pretend, what is funny and what is not funny, what type of privacy are you allowed to have and what type of privacy you're not allowed to have, feelings, okay, appropriate feelings, age appropriate feelings, feelings an adult should not be having for you, feelings you should not be having for an adult, topics of discussion, pictures you should be showing, pictures you should be taking, videos you should be sending, okay? Videos last forever. The internet is forever. Everything can be looked up and retrieved. It takes 2 seconds or less to take a snapshot of a video or video record a screen, okay? You can take your child's phone, but you cannot take the whole school's children's phones. I'm going to say that right there, okay? Keep that with you. Songs they should be listening to, interpretations, okay, words they should be using, words they should not be using, respect, self-respect, good hygiene, okay? A first impression can make a lasting impression. Language they should be using, and adult cartoons versus children cartoons. A lot of the cartoons that I watched as a child were created by pedophiles. Research it yourself, okay? I'm not going to go into the names in the cartoons, but research it yourself. And we have to stop waiting for proof that your son or daughter has been sexually abused and do all of these things that I just said to prevent it, okay? Because once a child is sexually abused, they take that with them for the rest of their life. They deal with it for the rest of their life. Their boundaries that they make as adults are because of it. The relationships that they have as adults is because of what happened to them as children. The way that they have relationships with you as a parent later on in life are based upon what you did and what you did not do during those times. So we have to focus on preventing what we don't want to happen. And we do that by preparing. We do that by responding and replying when our kids need us to. We do that by evaluating the situation, really taking ourselves out of it and saying, okay, from their perspective, what does this look like? Does this look like I'm chastising them? Does this look like I don't like them? Does this look like I don't trust them? You know, we need to vet our children in the situation and their friends. Okay. Ask questions that matter. Educate our children along the way. Help them navigate through their personality of, okay, I think this is not a good situation for you. Maybe your friend can't handle this, but you cannot handle this because I've been watching your personality over time and you do not catch on when you need to. You are not prepared for this, okay? And talking to our kids and not talking at our kids. So that is a way for us to prevent, okay? Let me go through it one more time. P, prepare. R, respond and reply. E, evaluate. V, vet and ask questions that matter. E, educate along the way. And N, navigate through their personality. And T, talk to them, not at them. That is how we prevent our children from being in harm's way by complete strangers or fake friends that try to get them in a position where they cannot fend for themselves. Okay? And please remember these facts. Most people who harm your kids are people that they know. Build your kids' self-esteem to help prevent a lot of these things. Teach your kids that adults that are good do not make them keep uncomfortable secrets. And saying no is better than unheard sorries. And what I mean by that is a lot of times we think back when we were younger when we should have said no. And we still thinking about the time that a person in the future had all the time to apologize for that moment and haven't. And now we just sit and we hold on to the fact that that person never apologized. I can't be around this person because every time I'm around this person, I want to do something to them. And we carry that into adulthood if it's not addressed. So instead of putting yourself in a position where you need an apology, just say no to avoid it all the way. Teach your children that speaking up helps. Being aware of your surrounding helps. Letting your parents know at the time will help. Common places and identifying streets and stores and parks is very important for your kids. For me personally, when I was little, I used to purposely close my eyes while I'm in the car with other people around where I lived and try to think in my head, this bump in the street means that we're on this block. This sound means we're near this store. Because what if you were kidnapped and you couldn't see, but you had your hearing, right? And it's good to be able to identify where you're being taken. I know it's weird, but I used to do it a lot. So teach your kids how to be aware if they're losing one of their senses, okay? Teach your kids and learn gas station etiquette for yourself. Make your kids know how to protect themselves if they don't feel good or they're surrounded. Pay attention to playground talk because these kids be talking, honey. Okay? Pay attention to bus stop talk among other kids. Play in the room talk. What are they doing? What are they talking about? Back seat of the car talk. Spring, summer, teach your kids how to swim. All right. Teach your kids how to be aware of their drink looking different, their drink smelling different. No playing in the street, no playing in the sidewalk close to the street, no playing, on steps, no playing with fire. Okay. And teach them that bullying is loser behavior. I don't care if all your friends were doing it or y'all all thought it was funny and you do this to this person all the time and they don't really, change or say, it's a huge problem. But some people are like slow boiling people where you probably...
At Highland, we're all about celebrating little wins and little ways to innovate digital processes. There's no customer pain point too small for us to help with. Maybe that's why more than half of the Fortune 100 looks to Highland to connect their content and data, improve processes, and turn little efficiencies into big wins for their customers and clients. Highland, intelligent content solutions for innovators everywhere at highland.com.
Get ahead of postage rate increases this year with Stamps.com. It's like your own personal post office. Sign up with promo code PROGRAM for a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. That's Stamps.com, code PROGRAM.
We do it this week. You do it this month. You do it next month. You do it for the next 6 months and nothing happens. And then that 7th month, they go off. Like I tell my kids all the time, in high school and in middle school, there was no lunch table that I couldn't and I wouldn't sit at with any group of kids, because I made sure that no group of kids felt like I was too good to be talked to, I was too good to be played with, I was too good to be sat next to, and I'm a kid that can be picked on, right? I'll let everybody know that I'm going to sit where I want to sit. I don't have to be connected to one group over the next. Like, don't box me, don't group me. Still today as an adult, if I have a friend that doesn't like this person, you are not going to dictate my relationship with this person because you got a problem. And there are 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds who still move in this clique mindset where, oh my gosh, you're talking to that person, I just want to let you know that you lost your best friend. Come on, grow up. Especially people who do other people wrong and then have a problem with the fact that you don't fully agree with the wrong that they did. Grow up. And that is a whole thing that you have to have a conversation with your kids about too, is that some people don't grow up. Their age just changes. Years just go by. So teach your kids that bullying is loser behavior. Tell them to stop. Tell them to speak up. Tell them that you let your teacher know and you let me know. And if that doesn't work, you let the principal know. And then I'll come up there and talk to the principal. And then we have to have a parent-to-parent conversation. Because one thing between me and my girls that I'm not going to allow is them to be bullied, pressured, uncomfortable with another insecure child. I'm not. So all of these things is how we keep our kids safe. Okay? You not wanting to talk about something is not helping your kid. You being afraid to address something that you see all the symptoms and results of is not helping your kid. Address it. Thank you for listening to Cozy Womb Podcast. If you would like to donate to Cozy Womb Podcast, you can. The link is in the description of the show. I appreciate you. This is a one-woman show, and I show up because I want parents to be better, and I will check you guys next Monday. Peace. Bye.
Bye.